Hey, Thomas, do you have a minute?
As long as it doesn't get me into trouble, Frank.
Listen, I just got a heads up from one of my buddies at HQ. He said Walter Morgan left for PO with tires screeching. I need to lay low for a while. If you see him, you haven't seen me, okay?
Gotcha, Frank. Don't worry about him.
Holy crap! Morgan's on the premises! I'm not here.
Good morning, Mr. Weiss.
Good morning, Mr. Morgan.
I'm looking for Frank. Could you tell me where he is, please?
Yes, sir. He's hiding behind this here counter.
I must advise you, this is not the time to be a wise guy.
I'm sorry, sir. I guess Frank's out delivering.
This is a serious matter, Mr. Weiss. We received a report that a man with a mustache dressed in a light blue shirt was offering illegal fireworks to people in the postal office parking lot. If that man is Frank, and I'm sure it is, then that's strike 3 for Mr. Coleman. Please tell him I'm looking for him. Have a good day.
Is he gone?
Yes, Frank.
Holy crap, that was a close call. Thanks so much, Thomas. I guess Frank Coleman's going into hiding for a while.
Frank, don't you think it's better to just come clean?
Don't worry about it. It'll blow over like always. See you Sunday evening. I guess we'll have to play poker with the curtains closed.
Happy Saturday, everyone. Get ready for a pet peeve from Joseph.
P.O. positive or pet peeve?
Jack, I've been watching that TV series everyone's been raving about.
A belated Christmas gift? Maybe.
Ah, there you are. Could you bring this box over to the diner? And if they ask, there's no discount.
I'm sorry, but no. Parcels need to go through the post office first.
Oh well, then don't. I couldn't care less about that party.
Oh, wait. It's for the New Year's Eve party? All right, I'll do it.
Thanks. And remember, no discount.
That's not my business. Just going to drop off the box.
Breaking rules while the boss man is in town. Other side of the street. I mean, there is a button I can click to tell me where I need to deliver everything, but little icon works.
Nobody's home. Okay, let's get this to its destination.
Hi, Thomas. Oh, please tell me that's a big box full of snacks from the general store?
This is a big box full of snacks from the general store. But without a discount on what's inside.
No discount? Is Nancy Carlisle really trying to charge me full price for snacks that are about to go past their expiration dates?
I'm just here to deliver the box, Maureen.
She'd better give me that discount. But I wouldn't put it past her to charge full price for snacks she'd otherwise have to throw out in a few weeks anyway. That heartless creature.
That sums her up pretty well.
She always manages to drive me up a wall. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way about her. I'll stop bothering you now. I'll think of something, don't you worry.
These are the car parts for the news crew. I love that they have the ghost blaster symbol. No.
Yet another heavy package for you, Ben.
Let me take that off your hands, Thomas. You know I feel guilty enough as it is. Having you lug around those car parts week in and week out.
That's the job, Ben. Neither snow nor rain nor heavy packages
Stay
stays
these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. I'm serious, though. If you don't mind me saying, you're getting up there. Ever think of hanging up the old coat and bag?
Not until recently, but recently? Yeah.
Good for you. Think about it some more would be my advice. Son of a gun. It's the engine parts for the news van. Didn't expect them to come in so soon.
No, that's great. Now they'll be able to roam around PO for their report.
Yep. With any luck, that thing will be up and running before the end of the day.
Godspeed, my friend.
And the same to you, old-timer.
He had a comment. One of the choices was not all of our daughters can follow in our footsteps, but that's in fact what our daughter does. Does sort of make me want to play again to get the alternative ending instead of running off with Angie. But when you play the game, I don't know, it just felt like that was the only option, to be honest. Like, you flirt with Angie regardless. So I felt like if I stayed with the other guy, I was lying.
Hello, Thomas.
Hey, Beth, what brings you here?
Hi there, Beth. What brings you here?
I saw you arrive just now, so I decided to venture across the road with a minor request.
Sure thing. What can I do you for?
It's just one small thing, I promise, and... well, I suppose you can see what it is. A first gift to the little one, you see, since Christmas in Georgia fell through. It just needs an address, and I'm not sure where to put it. Could I leave this with you so you could make sure it gets where it needs to go? I have the information right here on an old envelope. It's the return address in the top corner.
Of course, Beth. I can understand that labeling a package like this can seem daunting. Bears will do that to you.
You're a real gentleman, Thomas. Thank you. I have a stack of returned holiday gifts that need sorting before I close.
I've handled many a strange parcel in my day. Not to worry. I'll take care of it.
Thank you, Thomas. Truly. I'll get the postage to you later, I promise. Oh, and please tell Emily I have a great idea for this Sunday's girls' night. It's a surprise. Bye now.
Sure. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Hello?
Hi, Meredith. It's us. Your dad is standing right next to me.
Hiya.
Hi. Shouldn't you two be at Moe's right now?
Yeah, we're about to jump in the car, but we wanted to share some exciting news with you. Oh, first things first, though. How was your Christmas?
Well, I worked. And Tess and I made a Christmas meal you probably won't ever find in a cookbook. But we had a lovely evening. Thanks, Mom. Can I get the exciting news now, please?
Okay, so your dad and I will fly into Florida this September. I won a sweepstakes.
Get out of here. Wow, that's so awesome, Mom. Florida in September. Beats the PO weather, huh?
Oh, sure does.
Dad, are you excited as well?
I sure am.
Aren't you worried about flying there? Last time you came to visit, it took a few hours for that green tinge to leave your face.
Oh, Meredith, don't make it worse than it was.
Fine, fine. Maybe he just boozed too much on the plane. Have you checked if the flight includes free cocktails? Best bring your flask, Dad, just in case.
If you were here for Christmas, you might have gotten one from Santa.
Oh, well. I may not have been there, but at least my boss called to interrupt your dinner. Sorry about that, by the way. Rest assured he was appropriately ashamed.
We all make mistakes, Meredith. Some of us just more than others.
I can't disagree there. Oh, hey, you two shouldn't keep Maureen waiting.
You're right about that. Your dad will go and get the car warmed up, right, honey?
That's my cue. Bye, Em. Take care.
Bye. Have fun tonight.
Thanks for getting the car all toasty for us, honey.
You're very welcome, dear. It's my pleasure.
We've been doing this for decades now, and I've never stopped looking forward to spending my Saturday evening here with you.
I feel the same way, Em. I'm a lucky man to have you.
Good evening, you two beautiful people. Ready to order? Or should I just write down pancakes for lovely Emily and a T-bone steak for Big Thomas here?
Oh, Maureen, your intuition never ceases to amaze me. It sure is pancake time for me again.
Big Thomas would very much like that, Maureen. Thanks.
You got it. Be right back, folks. Ashley, it's pancake time! And get the steaks out!
This will never get old. But Beth making surprise plans and this Florida trip landing in our lap got me thinking a little bit. If we're getting close to being able to do whatever we feel like doing, does that mean we should stay in PO forever?
Yeah, of course. I can't imagine living anywhere else.
It's also very hard for me to imagine. But it snuck into my mind, and it doesn't seem to be sneaking out. And it's not like your arthritis will stop acting up in weather like this.
I am looking forward to that Florida trip the more I think about it. It's a perfect opportunity to test the waters.
Oh, wasn't it nice the way Meredith reacted to the news? Although I'm sure she's a little envious.
Yeah. When's the last time she had a few days off and left the big smoke?
Okay, folks, while Ashley's busy in the kitchen, it's time to fill Mo in on a few details. A little birdie told me you two were off somewhere fancy.
Maureen, I was planning on telling you and the girls all about it tomorrow evening. But I'm sure you've also heard it's Florida in September.
Florida in September. Oh, imagine that. Oh, I'm so happy for you two.
Thanks, Maureen. You know even more about the goings-on in PO than the mailman.
Not by choice, mind you. I can't help that people want to get things off their chest every now and then.
And I'm sure you don't mind carrying the heavy burden one bit.
Don't mind it at all. I also heard a few other things, and I don't want to worry you, but I heard that a certain Walter Morgan will probably not be very lenient with holiday requests from the postal office employees.
Morgan. His bark is always worse than his bite.
If Walter Morgan gets in the way of that, I'll get in his way.
I don't think I'm supposed to actually run away, but sure, all right.
Oh, that means dinner's almost ready. Be right back, folks.
See, things like this, they bother me sometimes. Maureen's a sweetheart, but it's almost impossible to have a private life here.
That sure is true. But you take the good with the bad, and the bad with the good. I kind of like knowing everyone.
I guess you're right about that. Maybe it's the stress of those 60-hour work weeks talking. Oh, Maureen's heading this way again. Let's just enjoy our lovely dinner together, shall we?
We shall. Have I already told you that you look wonderful tonight?
Look alive, folks. 2 plates of the good stuff.
Oh, Thomas, my dear, sweet husband.
The one and only. No autographs.
Oh, the sweetest man alive. Always prepared to help out anyone who asks for a favor, even on his Sunday off.
Okay, Em. What needs doing?
The motel called, and, well, the TV crew would very much like to rent some movies from the Flick Shack today. But I couldn't just let poor little Angie ferry them over in this weather, so...
So you promised them I'd do it?
Bingo! Would you, dear? Pretty please.
Of course, Em. You've been so busy lately. It'll be my pleasure.
Oh, thank you so much, darling. Tell you what, I'll make some extra tasty snacks for your poker night tonight. How's that?
It's a deal.
Thomas Weiss, as I live and breathe. What in tarnation are you doing out and about in the mail truck on a Sunday?
Came to pick up some movies for the TV crew.
Oh, I know. Your wife called ahead.
Happy to do it for Emily. And for you. And for the TV crew. Parts of it, anyway.
But first things first. So, what's the hot gossip on these out-of-towners?
Well... There's Gabriel Serrano. He's the sound guy. Nice guy. Full of vim and vigor.
Sounds delightful. What about the rest?
Ilsa Richter is their producer. Competent, sarcastic. She kind of reminds me of my daughter.
Well, then I'd like to meet your daughter someday. Because Ilsa I've met. Came into the store yesterday asking about P.O. and whether I liked it here. Cute as a button, that one. And only in town for a couple days. Perfect for a girl on the rebound. Shame she's into men. One in particular.
Are you sure? How do you figure?
The way her eyes lit up when she mentioned that colleague of hers, Gabriel. Trust me, a girl knows. So anyway, let's get down to brass tacks. According to Emily, our intrepid reporters have 2 rooms equipped with VCRs between them. One for Connor Price, KNW6, and one for Ilsa Richter.
Great. I know what we should get for Connor. All the President's Men. That should give him some inspiration.
Great idea. But Connor's already made his pick. Octopussy. It says it's James Bond's all-time high. I guess they forgot about that time he went to the moon.
Fine by me. And what did Ilsa choose?
That's where we come in. See, she wants us to pick the movie she'll be watching with her colleague, Gabriel. Thomas, she wants us to pick the movie she'll be watching with Gabriel.
We can play matchmaker by picking something romantic. Got it.
Exactly. Guide Cupid's arrows, so to speak. After all, 'tis the season.
For a little post-Christmas magic? Maybe.
You and Emily are regular customers, so you know what I have available. So, which film will it be?
Let's go with Love Story. Or is that too on the nose?
It's perfect, and we won't risk being too subtle. It has love right there in the title.
Great. Love Story it is.
The dynamic duo of stupid Cupid strikes again. Although I suppose this is our first strike. Anyway, here's hoping that this is the start of a beautiful love story.
I have a good feeling about this. Anyway, I'd best be on my way getting these to the motel.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, Thomas. My car, much like myself, is not built for snow. Say hi to Emily.
Will do. Bye, Angie.
Yes, no box.
Special delivery. I need the room numbers for Price and Richter.
Just drop them off at number 6. That's Richter. She'll take care of it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's playing computer games. It's more, well, you can tell from the way he's moving, but it's more evident in the lake. The first one, because,
Movie delivery for segment producer Ilsa Richter.
Yes?
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Price. I thought this was Ilsa's room.
No, that's room 9, but think nothing of it, my guy. Ooh, you got me my Bond movie.
Yes, sir. Apparently it's James Bond's all-time high.
Love it. You know, Moore's an even better 007 than Connery. He just oozes that classy British wit. Thank you so much. Ta-da! Ta-da! Pow!
Here's hoping this is Ilsa Richter's room.
Yay! Good to see you, Thomas. So, what movie did you and Angie pick for me and Gabe?
Here you go.
Love Story. Haven't seen this one. What's it about? Tennis?
Good one. Not about tennis, but it's still pretty ace.
Ha ha. I'm sure it is. Looking forward to it. Let me guess. This was Angie's pick.
100%. The post office strives to remain neutral in all matters.
Okay. Well, color me curious. Hope it's age appropriate for big old puppy dogs. Oh, speaking of, on your way out, could you give a quick knock on Gabe's door, just so he'll know it's movie time? It's room number 2.
Will do.
Great. See ya.
Gabriel Serrano, the lady in room number 9 humbly requests your presence for an evening of home cinema.
Thanks, Thomas. I'll be right over.
My work here is done.
Okay, Ben. Question for you. Do you have that ace or not? You don't have to say yes or no. Just say anything. All I need to hear is one word from you to know if you're bluffing. Nothing? Not even a twitch or a blink? All right, I'll do the talking. I'm all in.
Call.
And he just instantly calls me. Great. I don't even need to see your hand. Well played, sir.
Thanks, Jack. You got unlucky there.
I don't know. I just don't have the patience for poker. You know, reading a poker book ain't gonna change that. Hey, Thomas? Why are the curtains closed, by the way? Last time I checked, home games are legal.
It's probably better if Frank answers that question.
I sure can. Walter Morgan's on my tail. Someone snitched on me, and now I need to lay low until I have a good enough alibi.
Morgan again? What'd you do, Frank? I hope you didn't put ladies' underwear in his briefcase again.
And please tell me you stopped putting dead rats in his exhaust.
Ha! The classics. No, I didn't prank him at all this time. He's just out to get me. All I did was sell fireworks to someone. He said something about that being my third strike. I might actually lose my job, fellas.
Don't you think he's bluffing, Frank?
I'm afraid not, Thomas. I'm not gonna call his bluff in any case. I just need a plan.
I'm guessing they don't have any photographic evidence. Pictures of you selling these fireworks?
Just that there's a guy fitting my description. What are you getting at?
I might have a little plan. But let's first play a few more hands. I'm down almost 30 bucks.
One sec, Jack. Frank, I'm curious. We know Walter Morgan has a few reasons to dislike you, but why do you dislike him?
I could tell you why, but it's not a pretty tale. And it better not leave this room, kitchen.
Sure, Frank.
My lips are sealed, for once.
You know I'm no snitch, Frank.
Thanks, boys. All right, so this one time back in the summer of '69, it was before I started working in P.O. There were a couple of pesky stray dogs wandering around HQ. I say pesky, but they never really hurt anyone. Just got a little excited if you walked past them eating a sandwich or whatever. Can't blame them, huh? They were hungry, even though I fed them every now and then. Morgan found out, of course, and after one complaint too many, he took matters into his own hands, or should I say, feet. He lured a couple of them behind his car, and before I knew what was going on, it was too late. I heard a loud and gut-wrenching howl. I saw two dogs run away, and Smokey, my favorite one, limped after them. It's the last time I ever saw those sweet dogs. Then Walter Morgan looked me straight in the eye with a smug grin on his face, and he said, "This is how you do a proper job, Frank." I can still see that grin when I close my eyes.
Okay, that does it. Walter Morgan is now on my eternal shit list, and I'll make sure the rest of P.O. knows about it.
Walter fricking Morgan. Your pranks were way too soft, Frank. We need to take it to the next level.
What a despicable human being. I can't believe he did that.
Well, Ha! He didn't. I was joking, of course. I don't really have a good reason for disliking Walter Morgan. That boring old pencil pusher just rubs me the wrong way.
Damn it, Frank, you had us good.
Okay, folks, ante up. Here we go again.
Psst, Thomas, over here.
Hey, Frank. Thanks for filling up the dumpster.
I wish that was all I was doing here. I'm trying to stay out of sight. Looks like Morgan will be at the post office all day. Listen up. Jack and I cooked up a little plan. I'm sure Morgan will be gone soon, but I gotta get out of here now. You haven't seen me.
Top of the Monday morning, P.O. We're starting this week with a from Lucinda.
P.O. positive or pet peeve?
Hi, Jack. KNW6 TV crews filming in P.O. yesterday with Connor Bryce. As a big fan, I just had to ask him for an autograph. He asked me for my name, but he kept calling me Linda. Even after I corrected him twice. Isn't that just rude?
Well, that's a bit rude indeed, Linda.
McGill's got such a great price on this house when the Sugarmans moved away. Fancy handwriting on this one.
Okay, are we rolling?
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
Okay, let's get this in one. I'm freezing my ass off. When Chekhov saw the long winter, he saw a winter bleak and dark and bereft of hope. Yet we know that winter is just another step in the cycle of life. In the summer months, this lake is bustling with activity. As the local fishermen cast their rods, the tourists plunk down hard-earned cash to rent a boat and spend a delightful sun-soaked day on the water. Not so during this particularly harsh winter, however. Now the watery heart of Providence Oaks finds itself completely frozen over. No, that won't do as an analogy, because now we're sort of implying that residents have grown cold-hearted during the winter. Doesn't work, doesn't scan.
Yeah, and what was with that Chekhov stuff?
I don't get it. Chekhov? Like from Star Trek?
All right. Let's try something else. Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. How's it going?
Oh, don't mind me. I wouldn't want to interrupt.
Hey, listen, how about I ask you a couple of questions on camera? Just simple stuff about the town.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Great. Just move over here. Are we both in the shot?
Yeah, that's fine.
This'll be great. The lake as a backdrop. Perfect. Let's go. All right. This is...
His name is Thomas Weiss.
I knew that. Thomas and I go way back. As the local mailman for truly countless years, Thomas Weiss knows Providence Oaks like he knows the back of his own hand. So, Mr. Weiss, how would you characterize this small, cold town and its warm inhabitants?
That's easy, Connor. Whether you're new in town or have lived here for ages, what's clear is this. This gorgeous little lake town of ours seems simple enough, although it's not without its complexities. But one thing's for certain. Anyone who's ever seen the views from atop the mighty watchtower knows. Providence Oaks is breathtaking. And wherever you are, or whatever you face, here, a goodbye never has to be a farewell.
And cut. Ah, that's so sweet, Thomas Weiss. Completely unusable, but sweet. I know I've got goosebumps.
Yeah, that went well, kind of. Now, let's scout out the establishing shots at the far end of the pier. Let's go, Connor.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Gabe, you can take 5. My advice would be to take those 5 in the van, to reduce the risk of any further ass freezing off incidents.
Noted. Thanks, Ilsa.
They didn't like my little speech. Tried really hard.
Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's.
Mr. Weiss. Thomas, sir.
Hi, Gabriel. What's up?
Just that, well, we'll be ringing in the new year right here in Providence Oaks. So, my mom is shipping over my tuxedo. Can you make sure it arrives okay? She says she clearly marked the package Serrano Room 2.
Oh, of course. Mailman's promise. So, how did you and Ilsa like the movie?
Oh man, it was beautiful. Heavy stuff though. At the end, Ilsa totally had tears in her eyes. And well, so did I. There is something else I wanted to ask you about. I guess I'm curious. How did you, like, woo your wife?
It's pretty simple and cliched. She's my high school sweetheart. I took her to the fairy tale dance. We snuck off to smooch under the bleachers. And the rest is ancient history. But I'm guessing that doesn't help you with what you really want to know. You want to know if you should make a move on Ilsa.
Shh, keep it down. Don't mention her name. But yeah, terrible at that kind of stuff. It's just, you seem like a wise man, I'd really appreciate your advice.
Well, okay then. My advice is to think about how things felt last night. Let that guide your decision. It might sound corny, but you can't go wrong following your heart.
Wow. And is that your definitive judgment?
Absolutely. That's the best I can do.
All done. Hey, what are you two schmoozing about?
A mailman never tells.
Excellent. Now start the engine, Gabriel. We're rolling out pronto. Man alive, it's cold today.
On it, Mr. Price. Thanks, Thomas. You've been a huge help. So, take good care of that tux, yeah?
Will do. Bye, folks.
For the price, this DLC is going on much longer than I thought it would. I'm closing in an hour 3. And it was really inexpensive DLC.
Hi there, ladies.
Hi, Thomas.
Hello, Thomas.
Got a delivery for the diner, Kay?
Great. Not from the general store, I see?
You tell me. All the information I usually need is on the address label.
Oh well. Okay, so before I leave, we had this awesome girls' night yesterday thanks to Beth. It was hilarious. When I first saw where we were going, my brain went, oh my god. And when the guy showed us what we were going to do, my brain went, oh my god. And when we started, it was so yuck, but also so cool, you know? I've never done anything like that before, and I love that I got a chance to find out. But then again, I doubt that I will ever try it again.
Ah, yes, the girls' night. Well, whatever happens on girls' night and all that.
Well, it's not exactly a secret. We made haggis.
You made whatus?
I said haggis. It's a Scottish dish made from a sheep's liver, lungs, heart, and suet, all stuffed into a sheep's stomach. It's this fascinating traditional gourmet staple stemming from the 15th century, would you believe? Poems have been written about it.
Meat on top of meat? Sign me up.
I have some leftover from last night, if you're interested.
It was so gross. I'll have nightmares about zombie sheep for weeks. Bleh. Okay, hate to leave you two, but I really have to sort out this delivery ASAP. Maureen will go bananas. Talk soon. Thanks again for the great evening, Beth.
Bye.
Bye, Kay. Well, now, I really should get back to the grind as well. Those New Year's prize reductions aren't going to fix themselves.
Wait up, Beth. I want to talk to you about something.
Oh? What's on your mind?
It's about Saturday and the whole parcel situation.
I told you I simply wanted to get that parcel out to Daniel as soon as possible, since we didn't get to exchange gifts over Christmas this year. It's nothing, really. Now, if that's all, I really need to get back to the bookstore.
I don't mean to pry. I just want to make sure everything's good.
What do you mean?
Are you sure there's nothing wrong?
Okay, you've got me. Can we sit down here for a bit? Heavens, I do feel a bit caught out. But I have to admit, it does warm my heart to know that I cannot fool my friends. Well, out with it, Beth. You see, it's my eyes, Thomas. I have glaucoma, which means my optic nerve is deteriorating. I found out a few months ago.
Oh, no. Have you told anyone about it?
I haven't told Emily yet. Daniel knows. It's not that bad yet, but it's not getting any better either. The thing is, this kind of condition happens slowly. And I haven't been the fastest in getting it treated. but they can stabilize it. That's why I wasn't able to fix the parcel on my own last Saturday. And that's why I'm starting to miss a few details here and there when I'm in the store. Or asking for peas instead of beans at Christmas dinner with all of my friends of all places.
Don't be silly. Those are honest mistakes. Anyone could have made them.
I appreciate the sentiment. But you and I both know that is not the case, Thomas. I've been going about my business as usual, first and foremost, because the deterioration is so gradual. Until I couldn't really do the little things anymore. Things like reading small print are getting difficult, which was a painful thing to accept at first. Working in the bookstore is starting to give me more issues than I'd like. Getting older. It's a strange thing, isn't it? It's like that Robert Frost poem. The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. Doesn't mean I wouldn't mind taking a little nap in between from time to time, though.
Is this why you're really leaving for Georgia? I mean, will you be able to take care of yourself in the long run?
It is a big part of why I'm leaving, yes. But at the same time, it isn't.
How's that?
What I'm trying to say is, when you really look at it, in the end, it's not all bad. You see, every limit is a beginning as well as an ending, as T.S. Eliot puts it. For me, there's really no use dwelling too much on that limit. I can't change it anymore at this point anyway. But I do have a choice in how to deal with it. Plus, Georgia has a lot to offer: museums, social clubs, and most importantly, my family. If you look at it like that, getting older may still feel like a cursed time, surely, but I also see each new year as a gift. An opportunity to start new adventures, explore, and have more fun. You can't take something like that for granted.
I get that. From there to here, from here to there, funny things are everywhere.
Dr. Seuss! I knew you had it in you.
Hey, the credit goes to Meredith in this case. Technically, it's her old Dr. Seuss calendar that's still hanging in our bathroom.
Well, I guess I really should be going now. Thank you once again, Thomas. I do feel better now that it's out. You're a good friend.
No, thank you, Beth. Bye now. And yet another satisfied customer. There we go.
Oh, Thomas, hello there. Could you be a sweetheart and bring that over to me?
Of course.
Oh, careful now. Robert cleared most of the snow, but it's still a bit slippery. Thank you so much. If only I still had the balance and agility of my feline friends. Oh, and good day to you, of course.
Good day to you too, Mildred. And Genevieve.
Thomas, honestly, this isn't Genevieve. It's Mortimer. They look nothing alike. Isn't that right, Mortimer?
Oh, pardon me. I can't quite keep track of all your cats.
Well, I do have a lot of them, but not quite as many as there are streets in Providence Oaks. And you can keep those apart. So, what do you have for me today, Thomas?
Just a letter.
Let's see. This sounds interesting. Apparently, I need to make a few copies of this letter, and if you send this letter along with $5 to the first 6 people on this list, your name will be added to the bottom. Soon enough, your name will rise to the top. Then many people will send you $5. You will earn lots of money with one small investment. Oh, what a great idea! What do you think, Mortimer?
Mildred, that's a classic chain letter scam. Don't fall for it. No one ever got rich off of one of those. Well, except for the post office.
Are you sure, Thomas? They make it sound so easy.
Trust me on this, Mildred. If you've seen one pyramid scheme, you've seen them all.
$30 is quite a bit of money. I'll think about it.
You do that, Mildred. See you at Moe's tomorrow night?
Probably. Bye, dear.
She was who I was thinking about in the beginning of the game. If you ever get caught at her house, it's hard to take it off.
And that's the last one. Whew.
Hey, Thomas, have you seen Jack?
Nope, I haven't, Frank. How did it go with Morgan?
Didn't happen, yet. But I need Jack to pull it off. I'm a sitting duck right now. I'm toast if Morgan suddenly shows up.
Really? What's the worst that can happen?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Sorry for interrupting your conversation. Mr. Coleman, I see you've managed to be present at the job position you're currently holding. I think it's time you and I had a little chat inside the office.
Mr. Morgan, it's so good to see you again. A little chat sounds wonderful. But I'm afraid there's an extremely urgent parcel I have to deliver right now. So stay put, and I'll be back in about 30 minutes.
You can stay right here, Frank. I'm sure Mr. Weiss would be happy to deliver that package for you. Right, Thomas?
Sure, Mr. Morgan. I just finished my round, so it's not a bother.
Excuse me, sir? Hi. Hello. I heard you were looking for a guy in a light blue shirt with a mustache to purchase illegal fireworks in the parking lot of the post office? Well, you found him.
Illegal fireworks? Who do you think I am?
Sir, you don't have to keep your guard up. Frank and Thomas here both know me very well, and I'm sure they won't tell a soul about what you're doing right now. So, what will it be? I've got rockets, Roman candles, fountains, sparklers. I even have barrages that'll give you a fireworks extravaganza that you won't ever forget.
I think there must be a misunderstanding here. Please, don't put Mr. Morgan in this position. If people walk by and see this, they might snitch on him and get him into trouble. He could even lose his job over this.
I don't think Mr. Morgan is interested in buying fireworks, to be honest.
I'll tell you what will happen now. I'm going to get in my car, start the engine, drive home, and pretend I did not just spend 3 days in Providence Oaks for absolutely nothing.
Sir, if you take a left at the deer statue, you'll eventually pass my barn, and I can fill your trunk there in just 1 minute. Do you have cash on hand?
Gentlemen, I'll be back next year. Frank Coleman, your luck will run out one day.
I wouldn't bet on it. Tally-ho, Morgan.
Boy, oh boy.
If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
Thanks, guys. I owe you one.
Hello?
Evening, Thomas. It's Maureen.
Oh, hi, Maureen. If you're looking for Emily, she's at the motel right now.
I was actually looking for you, Thomas. I don't know what to do with this Nancy situation. I get so worked up just thinking about it. And that usually gets in the way of doing the right thing, you know? I need to talk to someone who's a bit more emotionally detached from the situation.
I'm not sure if that's me, Maureen.
Well, I am. What would you do, Thomas? Give in to that Nancy Carlisle and her overpriced snacks? Or tell that woman to take a hike, but risk ending up with a lackluster New Year's Eve party?
A party is about having a good time with people you like. Who cares if the snacks aren't great?
That's what I'd like to think as well. But I just don't like to disappoint people.
People should be glad you're throwing a party at all. They can leave if they don't like it.
I think you're onto something there, Thomas. I'm not yet totally sure what I'm gonna do, but at least my mind's at ease now. Thanks for lending me your ear and advice. You're a doll.
You're welcome, Maureen. Take it easy. From 1912 to 1948, architecture was an Olympic discipline. Spanish singer Julio Iglesias used to be a professional goalkeeper. When recovering from a career-ending accident, a nurse gave him a guitar so that he could recover the dexterity of his hands. In learning to play, he discovered his musical talent.
Good morning, P.O. I'm starting today with the weather forecast. It will be bright and beautiful. Which brings us to the last P.O. positive or pet peeve of the year. It's one from yours truly. Who'd like to end 1985 on a positive note?
P.O. positive or pet peeve?
Fancy handwriting on this one.
I wonder how Thomas would feel about Amazon and the post office of today. Because the post office of today is a lot different than what it was in the late 80s.
Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's. There we go. Fancy handwriting on this one.
Nope. Part and parcel.
Thomas, it's good to see you. Thanks again for the little chat we had yesterday evening.
Have you made a decision on what to do?
Yep, and I hope it's the right one. But I guess some situations don't have a perfect solution. You'll find out tonight, Thomas. We'll have a grand old time regardless.
Oh no, camera crews out here.
Oh, hey, Thomas. We're about to do a little interview, but you're welcome to listen in. Mr. Price, you know Thomas Weiss, don't you?
Sure do. You're resident mailman, am I right? Good to see you, man.
Hi, guys. Don't mind me. I'll just be a fly on the wall here.
That was Open Sky by Velvet Moon, one of my favorites. Folks, we have a special treat for you today because I have a guest here at the Reynolds studio. You know that happens from time to time, but today it's a bona fide big shot. None other than KNW6's own newsman extraordinaire, Mr. Connor Price.
Thanks for having me, Jack. Always nice to talk to a fellow broadcaster. So, how long have you been doing this local show?
Coming up on our 10th anniversary, Mr. Price. But you've been at KNW6 for longer than that, no?
Yeah, it's been... Gosh, can you believe I started there way back in '66? As a segment producer on Portland Rise and Shine. Still remember the title of my first item, too. Is Poplin Still Poppin'?
That's a great title. And yet, this is the first time you've come to Providence Oaks.
First time staying a while, at any rate. So, Mr. Reynolds, how would you describe this town?
Well, I'd say it's a... Hey, wait a minute. Who's interviewing who here? I'll ask the questions, thank you very much.
Apologies, my friend. Just can't help myself. Always chasing the story, me. It's the commitment I've made to our viewers. The price guarantee.
So, what stories are you chasing here in P.O.?
Oh, you know, just trying to capture the old couleur locale. I must say, the people here are very friendly, and I hope the feeling's mutual. Right, Thomas? That's Thomas the mailman over there. But never mind, he's not mic'd.
Yes, and no, I'm not.
You don't say. Because we happen to have a little section called P.O. Positive or Pet Peeve. You might have heard of it?
Can't say I have, but I do like the alliteration.
Well, Lucinda Boyle called in a pet peeve yesterday, saying you were quite rude to her when she asked you for an autograph.
Well, I'm sure that was a misunderstanding. See, I must have been on a really tight schedule, because otherwise I'd do anything for a fan. That's...
The price guarantee, right? Sure. Anyway, we'll be back with Connor Price, KNW 6-star reporter, right after this.
What the hell, Jack? Ambushing me like that live on air?
Relax, just joshing you a little. But I'll let you plug the heck out of this Oregon Trail thing you're filming. How's that? We'll make sure everyone in town fully cooperates with your crew in the home stretch.
Well, speaking of the home stretch, I better get back to my job as a serious broadcaster. It's been real, pal. Can you believe this guy? Sheesh.
Someone in broadcasting being slightly obnoxious? Unheard of.
Huh. That's the thanks I get for stopping by amateur hour.
Sorry you had to witness that, Thomas. Made for good radio, though, while it lasted anyway. I'll see you at Moe's tonight, yeah? You don't want to miss what Frank's been cooking up.
Can't wait. See you there.
I'm gonna admit to you guys for something. I had to tab out for a second just to go check on a work message, and I came back, and in my headphones I have no sound, But according to Streamlabs, the sound is just fine. So that's a little bit of a weird bug, right? Curious if it'll be fixed when we have this conversation right here. Oh, yep, it's all fine. Weird, that was a weird little bug.
I should have a new booking system ready in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I bet this goes to...
P.O. tuxedo service. He's not in. I should probably leave it with Ilsa then. Room 9. Please accept this delivery for room number 2.
Hi, Thomas. Oh, is that Gabriel's tux?
Signed, sealed, delivered. That's the Weiss guarantee.
Okay, I'll take care of it. Thanks.
Right then, I'll...
I'm feeling fine, I'm feeling strong. It won't take long. Ooh, when I use my witchcraft. Ooh, when I use my witchcraft. Ooh, yeah.
Well...
Great. So... See you tonight at the diner. Oh, and thank you.
My pleasure, Ilsa.
Alright, we're about to drop this off.
Hello?
Hi, Meredith. It's the Weiss family again. We wanted to wish you a happy new year before we're going to Moe's.
Hey, thanks. We've got a little over an hour left here before it's 1986.
You'll watch out for those fireworks, won't you? They're so unpredictable.
I will. I'll probably stay inside anyways.
We've got 4 more hours to go, but Happy New Year! I'd rather be early than late. Are you going anywhere to celebrate?
Thanks, Dad. We're all a bit drained after making the deadline. Some guys from the office were going to do a ER Kung Fu tournament, but I didn't feel like it.
A Kung Fu tournament? On New Year's Eve?
Yes, Mom, it's a video game. But Tess and I are going to watch Trading Places instead at my place. I think that New Year's Eve is overrated anyway. People seem to think it must be the best night of the year, but all you usually get is a lot of drama and a solid hangover. My New Year's resolution was not to make a big deal out of New Year's Eve anymore. And it looks like I'm not going to break it. But don't let that ruin your evening.
It won't. We'll have a good old party and start the new year with a bang. And that hangover will clear up in no time with a New Year's Day walk in the snow.
Shall I remind you of this when you're curled up on the couch under a blanket? Sorry, Meredith. Your father's memory needs a little grease between the hinges.
Like starting the car in time before going to Moe's?
Bingo!
Okay, guys, I won't hold you up. Have a great evening, and a Happy New Year. Love you.
My beautiful people, may I have your attention for half a minute? First of all, welcome to Moe's. We're excited to celebrate the last few moments of 1985 together with you. It was quite an undertaking to host this New Year's Eve party at the last minute, so if you feel like the snack situation isn't up to standard, you're right. But we do have enough tater tots, french fries, potato wedges, and potato pancakes to feed the entire village. Thank you so much for that, Jack. And thank you all for coming. Cheers to a great evening.
Well, if it isn't my favorite KNW6 news team.
In the flesh.
Hi, Thomas.
Nice tuxedo, Gabriel.
Thank you. And thanks for making sure I got it. I put it on right after I got out of that shower.
He toweled off first. Don't worry.
There we go. Champagne for my real friends and real pain for my sham friends.
Ah, good to see you, man. So, is the segment on Providence Oaks in the can yet?
Almost, my friend. Still have to shoot the countdown to the new year. Hopefully that gives us the ending we need. I've been promised a spectacle.
Easy on the alcohol there, Connor. We still need you on camera. Can't have you slurring your words.
Slurring my words? Whatever do you mean, Ilsa?
Quit fooling, you guys. It's getting close to midnight. Let's set up and get ready.
Showtime. Okay, getting into character. See you on the flip side, mailman.
Hi, honey. There goes that Connor Price. Would you believe the motel had to custom order a blow dryer just for him? He tipped generously, though. Oh, is that Beth sitting over there? Let's join her.
Good evening, my dearest of friends. Almost time for Auld Lang Syne, eh? Did you know that Auld Lang Syne was written down by Robert Burns in the 18th century? And that he based it on an old Scottish folk song? He wrote it to a different melody than the one we sing today, but I have to say, I do like this version. And it's often sung after a special dinner where haggis is served. Would you believe?
Honestly, Beth, I don't know how we'll get by without these fascinating facts when you're gone.
Well, I will still be selling sets of encyclopedias at the store for a few more months if you need them. I'll cut you a nice deal.
Only if you'll help load them into my truck.
All joking aside, my friends, now that a new year is upon us, I feel a moment of thanks is in place. I know I've kept my situation from you for a while, but now that it's out in the open, I honestly don't know why I didn't share it with you sooner. Pride, I suppose. But I feel so much better now. So thank you, my friends.
That's what we're here for.
Glad we could be there for you, Beth. And thank you for opening us to it. We'll always be there for you. But you have to let us in first. I hope you'll remember that when you're in Georgia.
Definitely. In fact, it's my new resolution for 1986. Along with letting go and seeing where life takes me. What about you, Emily? Any resolutions?
Well, less work and more fun, I suppose. Now that this guy Matt is joining the motel, I am looking forward to a bit more quality time. What about you, honey?
Another year with you is all I could ever hope for, dear.
Oh, I love you too, Big Bear.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Well, whatever the future brings, this old acquaintance here will be hard-pressed to ever forget you two.
Same here, Beth.
Absolutely. We wouldn't be able to forget you if we tried. Not that we tried, of course. And like you said at Christmas dinner, even if the reasons for change are sometimes out of our hands, let's focus on the new beginnings that come along with them.
And what better time for new beginnings than New Year's Eve?
Attention, folks! It's showtime! If you want to see the biggest fireworks show west of the Rocky Mountains, you better be standing outside in about 10 minutes.
That's my cue. From a little spark may burst a flame, as Dante once put it. But I need to visit the ladies' room first, or I'll turn into a pumpkin. See you outside.
Isn't she marvelous? I'm so happy for her, but I am going to miss Bethany.
So will I. Seeing a parcel addressed to the bookstore always brightened my mood.
It makes me feel a bit melancholic. Even more than I usually am on New Year's Eve. This odd feeling of looking back and forward at the same time, and now I'm doing that over a much longer period than just the coming and going of the year.
I know what you mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like to take my time and reminisce about all the things that happened.
Oh, yes. We should appreciate what we have a bit more, and don't just let life pass us by without noticing. So let's enjoy the here and now. Our wise and beautiful daughter just taught us not to demand that this should be the best evening of the year. But we're allowed to try it, right? So this is where my speech ends, my dear husband. And now I need a glass of champagne.
I'll drink to that, and to you, and all the good things the new year will bring us. Maureen, I need champagne. For me and my beautiful wife.
You got it, sir. Just grab your glasses and join me in the bottle outside. It's less than a minute now.
20 seconds on go, Mr. Price. Go.
And so, 1985 draws to a close. With mere seconds left in the year, I've been told this little lake town will strive to end 85 with a bang. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Holy Toledo! Ilsa, are we getting this?
Somebody check on Frank!
And that sure sounds like a delicious eggnog recipe.
Hurry up, dear. It's coming up next.
Yes, don't get too excited now. It's just a preview, remember?
And now, a man with a very special New Year's resolution. And he's going to tell us all about it. Isn't that right, Sybil?
Absolutely, Bob. It's none other than our roving reporter, Connor Price. Connor, my dear, where in blazes are you?
Well, Sybil, I'm in beautiful Providence Oaks, wishing you and Bob and our viewers a joyful 1986. And as for my New Year's resolution, Bob, why, it's my very special price guarantee to all of you that I will be sharing gripping tales and intimate portraits from all over Oregon in an all-new series of special reports on small-town America. Part 1 will air tonight at 8, right here on KNW6. And it will be all about the gorgeous little lake town where I was fortunate enough to spend the waning days of 1985. Here, let's take a look at an exclusive sneak peek. Providence Oaks, an idyllic town by a lake just south of Melville. It's where this reporter counted down to 1986. And although, unfortunately, the fireworks started a little early, so we didn't quite manage to catch them on tape, Take it from me, it was quite the spectacle, courtesy of postal worker Frank Coleman.
Just a faulty batch of leftover 4th of July material, I guess. Not mine, anyway. No siree. But I'm all right, folks. Really, everyone can stop calling me at home. I'm A-OK.
And perhaps that encapsulates the true nature of Providence Oaks, or P.O., as it's called by those who know and love it. It's a town where, even when things don't go as planned, folks will be all right and A-OK.
It's just, you know, we help each other out, and there's nothing we can't fix.
A town where first impressions can be deceiving.
This town may look sleepy from the outside, but trust me, there's always so much stuff to do and take care of. Ugh.
A town where generations have grown up.
It's a great place to raise kids, and also a great place to have been raised as a kid. Myself, I mean. Back when I was a kid, being raised here. Was that okay?
A town where patience is still a virtue.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure if this is where I'll find what I'm looking for, but I do know I can keep looking here for as long as I want, and that feels great.
A town full of unique individuals that, deep down, have more in common than you'd think.
The average Providence Oakian probably doesn't exist. We do tend to keep to ourselves until someone needs us. Then we show up. Always.
A town you can't help but love.
You know, I just think it's the best place in the whole wide world.
Or manager Chainsmoker.
Sue me.
And where everyone has a story to tell.
To me, it's all about the people.
Very amateur broadcast.
Yes, well, leave it to the mailman to say it best.
Here, a goodbye never has to be a farewell.
Indeed. Providence Oaks, like so many other places in our great state of Oregon, is a small town with a big heart. This is Connor Price, KNW6, PO.
Thank you for playing. And thank you for watching. It ended lighthearted and sweet. Alright, thanks so much for keeping me company, and I will be back with something else real soon.